Yes, people. Morning, evening, good night, even nice and decent people. Big up everybody. Big up to Uncle Views for the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, silver and black. Big up to every single one of you gods, you legends, you icons. What you saying, people? We got a lot to get into. Yesterday's Champions League fixtures. Your turn, Arsenal. Your turn, Barca. Your turn, PSG. Everyone gets a turn except for the Wahaha boys. The Wahaha boys doesn't get a turn in this competition. Taking a shot at our resident fan, resident United fan, man like Wahaha. Big him up every single time. Big up the Nems. Big up the Kwaja. Kwaja is here. Who else is in here with us? My mod, man like AJ. Love, bro. Big up to man like Darren. Binks is in the. Oh man, big up Binks. Love, appreciate you being here, man. Hendo, who else is with us? Hey, Vigilante, my gentleman's Jack, partner in crime. Yes, sir. Storm Steel is with the Raiders. Depending on selection tonight, I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, possibly 3-1 with Yokerez and that. Yeah, man, we'll get into all of it. More fire, says the box gunner. Wait. It's too early for the fire. It's too early for the fire. So we just shed some more love because it's way too early for the fire. So we'll just one love. I love where I deal with BS Gunner.
One blood, one blood.
One love. Yes, sir. But it's never too early for the fire. Still, Oakland Raiders. Yep, Al Davis and that. You know them ones. I got some tissue out. Who's crying? Are you sick? What is that emoji? I'm not up on that shit right there. But big up. Well, Nems, I'm still laughing at Liverpool from yesterday. What a time to switch. Yeah. We found out that Nems is a switch hitter. Now, from yesterday, right? Now, people. Yeah, let's touch on yesterday's fixtures for a second. Because everyone else has smoke for the Arsenal. So sometimes we have to have smoke for everyone else. Right? And Liverpool shit the bed yesterday. And in not yesterday's stream, but the stream before that, it's a cat in the box. It's a cat in a box. You know. Yeah. Stream before, D-Dubs, big up D-Dubs. Massive Liverpool fan. And I made a statement during the broadcast, during my little monologue, when I said, Liverpool haven't had a convincing win this season. And I don't know. I don't want to say he took offense to it, but he kind of responded and said, we were comfortable in this game, comfortable in that game. Fair. Yeah, you were comfortable in the Burnley game. 81% possession, 27 shots. Yeah, you were comfortable. I get it. But the word I used was convincing, and I used the word convincing for a reason because I go through all the fixtures, even the 4-2 at Anfield against Bournemouth. You were 2-0 up, and they came back in the game 2-2, and it was like an 88th minute winner. And then a 90+6, another stoppage that made it 4-2. Wasn't a convincing win. Wasn't a convincing win against Arsenal. It was a 1-0 against Burnley, even though you were comfortable. Wasn't a convincing win. Wasn't a convincing win against Atletico. Right? Wasn't convincing. It was 3-2. Last minute header. Even against Sunderland, championship team, it wasn't a convincing win. Right? So that was my point. That the poetic justice behind breaking hearts for 6 weeks with late minute winners, and you face a late minute dagger at Selhurst Park, it's poetic justice. It's just how football works. And Galatasaray is a very hard place to go, they say. And I hear that, but it's still the same 11 players, isn't it? And we're not going to pretend like them men are good because they took 5. They took 5 from Frankfurt. The same Galatasaray that just beat Liverpool took 5 unanswered goals. They scored first. They scored in like the 8th minute, and then Frankfurt proceeded to put 5 past them. So Galatasaray is not anybody's favorites to beat to win the Champions League. And they beat Liverpool. Now, the talking point that came away from it is everyone is dumping on Wirtz. Everyone is just unloading on him like, yo, maybe it's time for us to reevaluate or have an uncomfortable conversation on Wirtz, right? And The Liverpool fans are going to hell and back to defend him. And I get it. It's your player. They're going to hell and back to defend their record signing. But why? Why is that? Why are they? It's not like he is playing well and rivals are having a undeserved dig at him. He deserved the digs that he is getting. But why are they defending him so much with these shit performances? Because every game that he has started, even the manager is not happy with him. Because every game that he started, Onslaught has taken him off. He's been subbed off every game he started. Back to a statement, yeah? So why is it that they're going so far to defend him? If you remember, when Mbappe signed for Real Madrid and had a quote-unquote slow start, in his first 7 games, he had 6 GA. He had 5 goals, 1 assist in his first 7 games, and it was a slow start. He was being booed off. You couldn't find one Real Madrid fan that was going to the hills and back and saying, Mbappe, we're defending Mbappe, he's our player, lay off him and all that. All of them were saying he needs to fix up. And that was, he had 6 GA in 7 games. And the versus on 008, why are they going so to that length to defend him? It's okay to criticize him and say he hasn't been up to par. The manager, we're seeing what we're seeing, and the manager is seeing the same thing because he's taking him off in every single game that he started. So it's a little, I don't want to say weird, but I find it, if Liverpool are going to put themselves in the same category as Real Madrid as the biggest club in the world, you have to criticize your players the same way. And I use the Verts and Mbappe comparison because it's recent. You know, people have short-term memories in that. But go look at the narrative around when Mbappe started slow versus the narrative around this guy. Yeah, it's very, very different. The bottom line is he deserves all the smoke that he's getting. Because his coach wouldn't be taking him off every single game if he was playing well. Let me get back into the big ups or back into the chat. See what we got going on. I said Oakland. Yeah, hey, that was the biggest upset in modern NBA history, wasn't it? Definitely better weather down there than in London, I'm sure. Big up to the Latvian Gooner. Appreciate you having me on yesterday. Big up Gunner for life. Hope all is well. Yeah, man, I'm good. Hope you are too. I am good, Nems. Hope you are too. But yeah, that was one of the biggest talk. One of the things that I noticed yesterday is just how far that they are going to defend it. Because if he goes 0010, they're still going to double down and defend him. Nah, bro, they say he's playing shit. Because you lose your footballing credibility when you lose your objectivity. When your player is absolute shit not the place and you're defending them just because they wear your shirt. You know, so it's not just us. Your own manager set them up, and then that lineup that Slot put out yesterday. I don't know. Isak didn't start. Salah didn't start. You know, I don't know how the Liverpool fans. I don't know how Nems and LFC Monster feel about that lineup yesterday, but yeah, it's a mad one. Another takeaway that I noticed yesterday, right? Chelsea and Benfica, and this is why you can't listen to the damn mainstream media, yeah? And this is why you cannot trust headlines. Like you have to actually listen to the content. Because when I went on ESPN UK yesterday, and Stephen Nicol and Craig Burnley and them are all on there, and I see the headline. The headline reads, let me see if I can pull it up here. The headline actually read in the Chelsea game, 10 men Chelsea get the job done. That was the headline. Now, I didn't watch the Chelsea game. I was watching the Bayern. I was just flipping back and forth. So I caught some of the Chelsea game. But the headline of the Chelsea game in the ESPN UK segment reads, I'm reading it verbatim, 10 men Chelsea get the job done versus Benfica. And I'm like, wait a minute, 10 men Chelsea, they got another red card. So I go look at the context of the game and found out that the red card was in 90 minutes plus 6. It was the very last kick of the fucking game. But when you read that lineup, when you read that headline that says 10 men Chelsea got it done, you would think that they played the majority of the game with 10 men. But the red card came at the last kick of the game. You see? You see how misleading that can be? I don't trust these fuckers, man. When they try to steer the narrative into a way where it really didn't happen that way. I don't trust them. But they got a good win. They got Liverpool at the weekend. Oh, yeah. That's going to be something that I'm highly, highly interested in. Big up to Suge from way down under. Legend of a man like Suge say, big up Tyron in the chat, hit the likes and subscribe. Big up the Suge every single time. Um, Hendo says Bayern Munich are just ruthless. They're not messing around. Love how they don't take any team lightly. But even in the that Club World Cup, they had like some team from Guam or a Pacific Islander team, and they ran them ragged. You know, they Bayern is looking good, and we'll come back to Bayern in a minute because the reason why I put it's an absolute must 3 points in the thumbnail is because I believe tonight's game for Arsenal is an absolute must because of home game, away games. Our Bayern Munich game is at home, and the way Bayern Munich, I haven't predicted an Arsenal loss this season. However, that Bayern Munich game is not one that I'm very confident about. Big up to LFC Monster. Tell us what you got for us, bro. Um, Birds will be back in Germany in a year on loan at Bayern next season. I mean, if he keeps getting subbed off every game that he starts, and if he goes 00-15 and the pressure mounts and Liverpool don't start, and the and they were able to get away with his shit performances while they were winning, yeah. But now that they've lost two in a row, and they got Chelsea at the weekend, all of a sudden, um, they don't feel as confident as they do because can we admit that Chelsea is a better team than Crystal Palace? So if you can lose to Crystal Palace, you can definitely drop points to Chelsea. Say in the event that it's a loss, that'd be three. Ooh, yeah, the pressure will start to mount on Verts. Bits. Hope you're good. And big up, man. Verts is here to stay, says LFC Monster. Hey, man. If he stays and keep giving performances like this, it's calm. But you will see the tide turn on him because I see men like I think Monts and another Liverpool fan yesterday was on Never File, didn't have flattering things to say about him. And okay, and while we're on the topic of Liverpool still, you see that damn Konate? Dead that talk. Dead that best center back in the world talk. He can't chat to Saliba. He can't chat to Gabriel. No. You have to be a special kind of clumsy to look shit standing next to Virgil. You know, because Virgil will cover your mistakes up, cover up your flaws. He is the most he's Batty a Shield, bruv. He's Batty a Shield that wears red. Clumsy, you know, can't he's not good on the ball. He's just big and clumsy. But yeah, you can dead that that Madrid talk of him going to Madrid, he better sign that damn contract at Liverpool quick. Because he is not putting on a good display for a move to Liverpool or PSG for that matter. So he better sign that damn contract. First, that's one good season, and Xhaka has his enforcer. Hey, uncomfortable conversations are starting to rise. I hear it. Liverpool just have holes in their squad, says Boyd, and their defense lacks depth, and the likes of Virts aren't cooking. And it annoys me every time I talk about Liverpool when everyone else is scoring on them, bro. Because now we look and we see that only Arsenal and Burnley, the two teams who were deliberately playing for draws, have not scored a goal on these men. They've conceded in every other game. Yeah. Yeah, they scored like 20 goals in a preseason game. Yeah, it was like 18. I think it was 18-0 or something. Bayern don't fuck about. For the result yesterday. So yeah, you know, I'm very interested to see the energy around this weekend's fixture for Liverpool because you know it's not Burnley now, and it's not it's not Sunderland and that. It's the big bad Chelps. It's the world champions. Credit to Slot. Arteta just continued to dead players on the pitch. Yeah, and that's the thing that Slot recognizes it and says to you, "Hey, I am not going to let you bring down the performance." He is not. He said, "Nope. I'm going to take you off, man, or I'm not going to start you. I'm going to actually sit you in this game and see if you can come on when the team is winning, no pressure to score, and actually do something." I only heard of WO10 in games, brother. So here's the thing, right? Going into the Chelsea fixture at the weekend, right? And big up to all 23 of you locked in. Make sure that you are hitting those likes and that. Here's the thing: going into this weekend fixture, you will have four of the most expensive Premier League signings on the pitch at the same time between Isaac, Verts, Caicedo, and Enzo. Yeah, and Caicedo is going to sit there and say, "Hey, I'm justifying my 100 million price tag." Isaac is Isaac. You know, he's a striker. 2-3 years left on his deal. His price tag. We know who he is. Enzo, hit and miss. Sometimes he's good. Sometimes he's shit. But Verts hasn't been good. So now the Premier League record transfer all four of them on the pitch at the same time. Yeah, and if Chelsea midfield get the better of him this weekend, oh man, you can believe that the Chelsea will pile on. The Chelsea will pile on the Liverpool faithful. Big up to Suge again for the super chat from way down under. Love to you, Suge. Member for a month. Big up to you, my brother. Rivals doing the whole WO7, etc., including the Community Shield. The Verse had an assist in that game. Yeah, but we can't do that, can we? We can't do the Community Shield thing because we laugh at Arteta when he counted that. So if the trophy don't count, the performance don't. If the plate don't count, you can't count the stats. Yeah, and he's played 6 Premier League games. Nothing. I don't know if he played in the EFL Cup. I don't know if he played in that one, but if he played in that one, nothing. And he played in this chest, so he's 008 if he played in those 2 games. So we can't do that. Either it counts or it don't. We can't apply the Verts tax on there and then count it. But it's, oh, he's a Liverpool player. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, LFC gangster. Whoa, ESPN sounds like you're saying ESPN is a fraud. Yeah, the misleading headline, like someone deliberately wrote that. Either who wrote that headline didn't watch the game, or they're trying to steer a narrative. 10-man Chelsea got it done. No, it wasn't. They won the game with 11 fucking players, and it was an own goal. Right? If the game was done when Jean Pedro got his red card. So I don't even know why that was even relevant to the conversation. But that tells me that you're trying to run a narrative. Yeah, Auckland. Yep, that was them. Auckland. And wow, memory is sharp, you know. Sharp. Verse, from what I saw, did better last night, created enough, but didn't take our chances like Ekatike, who is now injured. Now, people talk about Liverpool are one backline injury away from crisis. Now, Ekatike is out. Allison is out. Who else is injured? I don't know. I don't know who else is injured for Liverpool, but yeah. Hey, listen. What I'm hoping to see is, well, not hoping, but what I'm looking forward to is Chelsea going to play timid against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge, the way Arsenal went to Anfield and played like scary little children, you know, and set up not to lose. Surely Chelsea can't do that. They have to play to win the game, right? Because I heard, we'll pause there for a second, and I heard something last night, right, that kind of made me pause. I heard Peter Schmeichel said during his build-up with Kate and TT and Jamie Carragher and all that, he said Enzo Maresca is under pressure, and should they lose this game, he could lose his job. He said that out loud. Yeah, Peter Schmeichel said that out loud about Enzo Maresca, and I'm like, what, bruh? Lose his job? Seriously? And I'm like, if Enzo gets sacked, then we would have another manager who has won 2 trophies who got sacked before Arteta. And I'm starting to think, like, is that how much that these Premier League teams value high place finishes over winning trophies? Because these are managers who actually win and add to the history of the club, and then they would get sacked before a manager who hasn't won anything. That would be crazy, you know. But there should be pressure, but he shouldn't lose his job if he loses to Benfica, you know. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Drop in by to show some support to the community, man, like Cooper. Big up, Cooper. Hope you have a good day, my bro. Big you up. Mateo, big up, man. Big up. We'll get into predictions soon, people. All good. We haven't even gotten to the Arsenal yet. We're just discussing yesterday's Champions League madness. It's a battle of the expensive flop when when Enzo and Vince face off. Yep, four 400 million pound players on the pitch at the same time. It's gonna be madness. But we expect. I actually expect Chelsea to go at them. The onus is on Chelsea, right? Liverpool are still at top of the league. With all the hoopla surrounding the late minute win of St. James's Park to close the gap, Liverpool are still leading the league. It's up to Chelsea to do something. Chelsea are on 8 points. Like it's not a good look for Chelsea right now where they are, given their money spent and given their season expectations. Right. Because quite a few of them actually overestimated their squad because of the Club World Cup and the Conference League. It's different levels here. Because right now Chelsea are on the same amount of points as Everton, Brighton, Fulham, Leeds, and Brentford. Yeah, and they're behind Bournemouth and Sunderland. So, yeah, if someone needs these 3 points more than the other, it's the Chelsea. LFC Monster said, I think last night was more on the players. The amount of times we just gave the ball away, and it was infuriating. So here's the thing, LFC Monster. I asked Yudi from Loudmouth Football, and I think I asked Mr. Batter this as well when he had came on the channel one time in a call-in show. And I asked him, like, do you think that Slot is tinkering with the team too much? But the energy around the fan base at the time, the Liverpool fans were flying on cloud nine because of it was like, whoa, I've never seen my club move like this. This is how I expected the club to move. We win the league and we're strengthening from a position of strength. And I'm thinking, like, I asked the question, it wasn't to run an agenda at the time. I'm like, you have a title winning team. Do you think you're tinkering with it too much? Because I think most Liverpool fans would have been happy if Trent left and you replaced him with Frimpong at the time. Because Frimpong, good player at the time, champion of Leverkusen and all that. Replace Trent, but when they went in for Verts and went in for Ekatike, and I was like, ooh, like, damn. You're tinkering with the team too much because these players have to go somewhere. And then you throw Luis Diaz away, who I didn't think was the worst player. We can understand the Darwin Nunes. We wanted to get rid of Nunes and that. But Luis Diaz was good for Liverpool, especially last year. Maybe the year before that he was kind of sus. But last year, I think he was very good for y'all. So to get rid of him, to get rid of Nunes, obviously you had to get another attacker because of the Jota thing. But the Verts and I was kind of worrying that he may be tinkering with the team too much. Just a little too damn much. A title-winning team, you shouldn't have to revamp it. And it's not that these guys are old. I don't like Enzo, but he's hardly a flop compared to Verts. Yeah, he's gonna have something for him on Saturday. Man, Liverpool signings are flopping so hard, extensive duds on the pitch. Like, if they do though, if they all flop, if they all tank, oh my days. Because we've never seen this. This was one of the questions that I asked throughout the season, throughout the preseason anyway. Have we ever seen a team break the transfer record twice in the same window after winning the Premier League? As much as Man City have spent and rolled in money, and as much as Roman used to roll in money, I don't think he broke the transfer record twice in the same window after their 05-06 or their 04-05 Premier League title. So is there a world where Liverpool can spend all this money and not win? Oh shit. Alisson get injured from a small dive like that. No, bro. Alisson got injured he broke his back for carrying your team. The team is heavy, bro. Alisson got injured from carrying you against Palace and having to make 1 billion saves and having to save Slot and the entire Liverpool faithful an embarrassment. Because, yeah, truth be told, 4-0 at halftime, down away at Selhurst Park would have sent shockwaves through the footballing universe. So that's a heavy burden that he had to carry. Then he had to carry some more burdens yesterday because that was a hell of a save. What's his name? Yuckerett. Usherman was clean through. Blessed up the doc. Big up to you, bro. Hope you are good, Dr. Seymour Butts. Yeah, man. Make sure that we are subbing to Dr. Seymour Butts. I was hoping Benfica would have slapped Chelsea, but yeah, I was kind of expecting a little more from a Mourinho side. But to be fair to him, he just took over, like just, hasn't been there more than a week or two. Big up to the waffle dancer on 20 likes. Ooh, big up, man. I can vibe with that. You absolute legends. Big up. 25 of you locked in, 20 likes. We'll work with that, man. Cool beans. G Wills, what you saying? In my opinion, this current squad is Arsenal's title to lose. Hey, let's go win it then, man. Let's go get this title. Because it's setting up. It's setting up for Arsenal to actually go into the international break on top of the table. Because I do believe Liverpool will drop points to Chelsea. Not saying they're going to lose, but they're going to drop points. A draw would be a fair result just based on how I think it's going to go. But, you know, it would be a meltdown in London if Chelsea lose to these, man, because then Chelsea would be in the bottom half of the table with Man United. Yeah, if Liverpool win this game against Chelsea at the weekend, because I do believe Man United will have to beat Sunderland. Like, United have to be. You cannot lose to Sunderland. And as much as we've punched up United, we've slandered United. We've said United are only a shirt pull away versus Burnley and a 10-man Chelsea side from being winless. Chelsea lose this weekend. United beat Sunderland, which they should at home. Chelsea go below Man United. And how bad have Man United been? And after the money spent, that Chelsea can't have that. Now Maresca will definitely be under pressure if he has to go into a international break with them looking up at Man United and all the shit that they've put on the pitch this season. It's like it's the flop of all flops. No gunman celebrations around here. Nah, I'm not calling him a flop yet. He hasn't banged at Liverpool yet. A cheeky goal versus Southampton at Anfield ain't enough for 100 million though. It ain't enough, bro. Like that, those are Darwin standards. When you're in the conversation as the best striker in the world, we're gonna hold you to the same standard. Like, Erling Haaland goes 2 games and don't score, and men are out for him. So yeah, I hear it. You can do that. You can fire a couple of blanks at Newcastle. You do that at Liverpool, it's gonna be long. Lynn says net spend or not, Liverpool spent over 300 mil on 3 guys. It's madness. Yeah. Best right out. I got the receipts. And this is the thing when you do content, you let man come on when they're on a high and you let them speak. So, the scans of the world at the D-Dubs, I asked them, I got the receipts. What do you rate the transfer window? No one said less than a 9. Man was saying Isak will make it a 10 out of 10. Okay, you got Isak now. But no Liverpool fan rated it less than a 9. Because they factored in the outgoings as well. They were selling Kwanzaa to Leverkusen for 30 million. They were selling some other guy who played in the championship for him last year for 20 million. So they factored in the outgoings. They factored in, the world-class players that they were signing. 10 out of 10, they said. So they can't go back on that now. Forwards can click, but the back gotta have butt plugs. Pause. Hey. He was literally, it's LFC to lose. They are the holders. In the literal sense, yeah. But in the sense of the team that's prime to lift it, Arteta, you better do something. You better have something to say about this, my brother. Because now we're looking at you sideways. Like, this is what we were saying. This Liverpool team can be got at, and you didn't get at them at Anfield, you scary little man. I don't think Liverpool are all that good across the season. They'll have no defense at some point. Makes me wonder why they sold Kwanzaa. Yeah, speaking of Kwanzaa. Yeah, it's for the net spend, isn't it? Had to get rid of some players. They're spending money like that. Sunderland will beat United. You heard it here first. Surely not. Surely no. No, they can't. He has to win that. Because if he doesn't win that, then he's sacked. I need Ruben in this league, man. I don't want Ruben going back to Portugal. We need Ruben. No, let's take this energy back. Because if he loses this, he's gone. Right? If this happens, Oliver Glasner will be a Man United manager, and we don't want that. We want Oliver Glasner at our club. in the event that Arteta shits the bed again. Yeah. Big up to the assembled. Welcome by Darren. Welcome, fam. Darren, keep up the story of last season. Just let Arsenal fans talk. Keep it up. But there's a conversation to be had, and that's why we are here. We are gathered here for that conversation. Um, I can't remember the last time everyone, including rivals, acknowledged we are a genuine title-worthy team, but the Arteta fanboys will complain about the pressure on the manager instead of realizing, well, if he can't handle the pressure, if you can't handle the pressure of being a title-winning team, and while making 15.6 million a year, then walk. If you have a title-winning team and can't win the title, let someone else come do it. Shit or get off the toilet. That's what I'm saying. No, AJ, no, we do not want this. We do not want this. We need United to win, to go into the international break on a high, yeah, with some confidence, so they can go to Anfield after the international break and shithouse a 0-0 and take points off Liverpool. We need that, yeah. Question from the assembled: no matter how many drops if informed Liverpool have, will Arsenal take advantage of the opportunity? And this is exactly why, when asked if I think Arsenal will win the league title, the assembled, I have said no. I have said no because of that very reason. Now, this weekend was the very first time, yeah, it was the very first time in a long time we seen Liverpool drop points and we capitalize on it. Yeah, have to capitalize. They lost and we won. We didn't, we were damn near 6 minutes away from losing the game, and about 60 seconds from only getting a point. So I hear it. No one talking about City scary, to be honest. They are going about their business. I think City. When I said about Liverpool haven't have a convincing win either, I can't really apply that to City from a scoreline perspective, because the only convincing win that they've beaten Burnley 5, Wolves 4, Man United 3. But those aren't the greatest teams, is it? They still have to go to Anfield. So we'll see how that goes. The City and Liverpool fixture will be of great consequence this year. Winning trophy gives you chess. One day you'll get to experience it. Ooh, the Liverpool dig. But yeah, I agree with Darren. Yeah, I don't think we'll. They are rubbish, but they get up for this. They get up for Anfield. They drew 2-2 there last year, and they were rubbish last year. I think last year they were no improvement. This is the same shit team. They were rubbish, and they could have won the game at the very last kick. Harry Maguire got a chance and kicked it out the damn stadium. So they have a chance. They can't be going. So they've already lost to Arsenal. They've already lost to City. Surely they can't lose to all the rivals. I don't even count Chelsea as a rival for Man United because there's no rivalry there, really. Beat them in the Champions League final, but they don't. It's us in the Premier League era. It's Liverpool historically, and it's City geographically. So I think they get up for that game. I don't think they can get a point. Maybe. Waffle down. City still has their issues at the back, but if they sort out their attack, they will. I think City attack will bang, with absolute bang. But yeah, they will concede goals. They just, unless they're going to dig into the market in January, are they going to go for a Gehi? Because that Konate is going nowhere. No one is looking at those Konate performances now and be like, "Yo, we need to sign that guy." Because right now, if you're Konate's agent, you're texting him right now, be like, "Go to the office in the morning and go sign the fucking contract." Because your performances are getting worse and worse by the day, and your value is dropping. City have no know-how. City have know-how. City never win at Anfield. Yeah, I hear that, but I expected us to win there, and we could have. We didn't win there because I fully put that down to the Arteta tax. not starting Eze. It's the LFC monster. You really doing this? Yeah, they have to. It took an L yesterday, man. Man is in the corner fighting for his life right now. You know how it is. Liverpool and City will improve, that's for sure. Yeah, but I don't think this Man City side is the Man City side that you're gonna see that put 13 wins together like the City of old. There's just that because Pep made a comment last night that made me fully say City aren't what they're used to being, right? And, and I don't want to quote him verbatim, whatever his comment was, but it was something along the lines of um, Rodri cannot play 3 games a week anymore. Like Pep said that. Pep said that out loud. So if Rodri can't play 3 games a week anymore, Man City are not winning the Premier League and the Champions League, either one of those. Whichever one they find themselves more likely to win, they'll focus on that. Whichever trophy they find themselves in most likely to win, but not this. Yeah, because Premier League, Champions League games are the games that you need Rodri in. And if he does not play in all those games, they don't win. So when he made that statement, I was like, yeah, okay. He is conceding one of the big ones. Frankly, we're the only team that should be winning the league this season. Everyone else's squad has massive holes in it. And this is if this all our players come back injured and bang, right? If Madueke comes back from his injury and doesn't have a setback or regresses in form, dare I say even Havertz, dare I say even Jesus can come and give us something in the cup game so we can rest the big guns. Then, if Saka can get back to his full fitness towards the business end of the season, because there may be a silver lining in the cloud of us getting these injuries now, earlier on in the season, so these guys can rehabilitate and get themselves together for us to go on a run come March, April, May, versus teams that are healthy now and are going to pick up massive injuries towards the tail end of the season. Arsenal to win the league, LFC the champs, and I think Slot wants that CL more. Really? So here's why I disagree with that, Lynch. Liverpool, I think Liverpool, and most of the Liverpool fans that I've talked to, and the energy that I see around the Liverpool fan base is to retain the Premier League title. If I ask most Liverpool fans which one, they want to retain the Premier League title, because there's this narrative around the club that they only win the league title when City has a bad year. When City had an off year in 2019, 2020, which is a valid argument because City came back and won 4 in a row. If I win 2, have a dip, and then come back to win 4 more, then I'm going to make the case that, yeah, bro, I had an off year and you won one, and I came and I took it back and kept it and kept it and kept it. So I think they actually want to retain the Premier League title more. That way they can establish their dominance like in the 80s when they just won it and won it and won it and won it. They've never retained it, just like we've never retained it under Wenger. So I think they have their Champions League pedigree. They can throw the big 6 around all they want to and say, hey, we've won it 6 times. We have heritage there, blah, blah, blah. But I think they really, really, really want to retain the Premier League title more than they want to win the champs. That's just my take. G will say, Lynch, got you. But as far as the squads are concerned, Arsenal has the best squad at least till Jan. Only entity that can defeat Arsenal at the moment is Arteta. That's a big entity, ain't it? Because he fixed the lineup. And if you man see the lineup that he's projected to pick tonight, I don't know how you feel about, tonight's result or tonight's game. If Arteta doesn't win tonight, does that wake people up? I think we win tonight, though. But if he doesn't, they'll context. It'll be context and, whatever the excuse. Now, if we lose to like a shitty penalty decision and because as much as I shit on Arteta all the time, like if we lose to a shit penalty decision or, David Raya does some craziness or, then I won't blame him. But if he picks a shit lineup that doesn't put us in the best position to win, he will have to hold corn. Conte letting KDB know who's daddy real early. Oh, he's benched him. But I don't think Conte thought he was going to get 38 Serie A games and 10 Champions League games out of Kevin De Bruyne all ass. Real Madrid be looking at Saliba again. Now Kanate is back to basic settings. Hey, that's cool. Now, if they look at him now, they're going to have to pay us 120 million pounds. Pounds, not euros. So cool. They can do that. But Hoyson, Militao, Rudiger, I think Real Madrid got enough for this year, maybe even next year. But yeah, with a new 5-year deal, you pay up, bruv. And even if they want mascara, hey, that's gonna cost you 80. Amarim's whole career is going down to yuck. And how come United didn't get De Zerbi over this fraud? Yeah, he's got Marseille cooking, and I think they were 4-0 yesterday. Aubameyang, Mason Greenwood, everyone banging. Wake up to what exactly are we supposed to win? Yeah, I'm fully expecting us. I'm going 2-0 tonight. I am going 2-0 to the Arsenal. Saliba signed the deal. Yeah, 120 M's. Boy, 10, I swear I didn't see this comment before I threw my numbers out. Yeah. But yeah, if they come in next year with 120, yeah, we'll listen to that. Hell yeah, we'll listen to that. Right? I trust Bertha. So, we'll put that 120 in there. And, Bertha, yeah, you go find us another center back. Because, we trust that you can do that for way less than, 13 million from Mascara. I'm here for it. Domestic cups for City. Now, domestic cup has to be ours, bro. A domestic double for me, and we're good. I'm sitting in the sun with a coffee watching BBK. Life is good. Cheers, mate. Cheers to our brother Lynch. Big up yourself. A great manager wins a double or treble with this team, in my opinion. I hear that. I'd love to see Uncle Wenger with this defense. Uncle Wenger, we always blitz teams. We just couldn't stop him from scoring. For me, Gyökeres is staying fit and scoring goals. Yeah, I think Gyökeres, he has to bank tonight, man. Need him to bank tonight going into the weekend so he can do the business against West Ham, because we will be facing a low block this weekend, people, with Nuno. Nuno has a full week to prepare his 2 banks of 5, and he's going to drill him and drill him and drill him. He's going to drill him for 120 minutes. That way, when they only have to do it for 90 on Saturday, it seems easy. We are currently in an injury crisis. If we had all these injuries last season, the campaign would have already been over. There's no ready excuses for failing to win the league this season. And I hear that, boy, 10. But then when we drop 5 points in our first 5 games, I'm like, shit, man. How did we get here? Because I think 5 points. Those 5 points really, really hurt my nerve, man. But yeah, I think they really want to retain that Premier League title badly, desperately. Should be a killer squad. Yeah, man. We should be putting teams to the sword quick, fast, and rotate the team that way. Like, we shouldn't be here arguing about whether or not Ethan is going to get these minutes, those minutes, these minutes, those minutes. He should be getting Premier League minutes when we're, 65 minutes is 3-4-0. You bring him on. United, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Leicester only win the league when Liverpool are poor. No, so the narrative isn't mine, LFC Monster. That narrative exists out there, that Liverpool only win the league when City has an off year. It's there. In 2019, 2020, when Liverpool just blitzed and ran away with it. City was shit that year. But if you had retained it that following year, it would have been a thing. But City just said, give me back my title, and kept it for 4 years. So you can't dismiss that. They just took it. That's why I think it's so important for Liverpool to retain the league this year. So that's my rationale for saying that if they had to choose one, retaining the Prem or winning the champs, I think they would choose to retain the Prem. Because when people say there was a Pep and Klopp era, I said, what? No, there wasn't. There was a Pep era. It was the dominance of Pep. If it was back and forth, but no, it was Pep. Pep dominated from 2018 to 2024. You know what I'm saying? I think Bertha get us a top left wing in January. I'm here for it. I was actually thinking about that the other day because I'm hearing links to Semenyo. I'm like, what? Are we? Do we have PSR problems why we didn't get him this year? Then our team would be fully stacked. If we don't win tonight, nah, unthinkable. Hey man, I don't know if it's unthinkable still, but we should. We should. Not even thinking about a loss, says the Waffle Don. The assembly said, "Whoa, if but maybe this is why the manager gets away with it. Nonsense. Is nothing in it is a certainty. If it appears to be something, he somehow has the wrong injuries at the wrong time to make it negative." Um, yeah, I'm fully expecting 3 points tonight. The assembled. As far as the league title goes, you know, I'm just yeah. I can't change the energy towards him now. I don't see title winning qualities in this manager. I don't. I can't lie. You know how we set up at Anfield and how we set up against City. No Premier League team has ever won the league being timid. You know, none. Man, see an opportunity and they seize it. Never seen a team just go, hey, let's be cautious, and hope someone hands us the Premier League title. You know, I'm not. Playing scared has never won us the Prem. And how we set up against City and Liverpool tells me that he's scared. Skelly at the back, Yucharest, Ethan, Nelly, three fridges. That's probably yeah, I think Skelly should get a start tonight. I think Ben White starts back there as well. I don't think he plays Timber tonight. I don't think he starts Timber. I think Timber will be on the bench. So I think it'll be Timber. I think it'll be White, Gabriel Saliba, Skelly, Gyökeres. Yeah, I think it's. I actually think not Martinelli. I think Odegaard starts. I don't think it's the three fridges. I think it's. You know what? I think he's gonna go Declan. No, Declan sits tonight. It's gonna be the real source to that midfield, so to speak. Reno, Odegaard, Zubimendi. I think that's what's gonna. I think that's what he's gonna roll with. Flick, Enrique was smashed with this team. I'm here for it. West Ham got some quick wingers. Bowen is class. Yeah, Bowen is class. But we can worry about them on the counter. But it's West Ham at home. They're 19th. We're second. Come on, Arsenal. We're not doing that. Don't play with it. Don't play with us like that. We're meant to we're meant to be out here in this title race. A 19th place team coming to the Emirates. We're not having that. We already went through that with Southampton, who actually went down. They actually got relegated and took 4 points from us that first failed title charge. So I'm not here. Not here for it. But Arteta, that tax is real. Where we at? Lynch, anyone with common sense would rest Saka, but we're not dealing with illogical thinking. Yeah, Saka should rest tonight. He may even if he rests Saka tonight, he'll get a round of applause from me. But he won't do that. Because if Madueke was fit, then he would have done it. But I don't think he's brave enough to put Martinelli on the right and trust Arden on the left with Gyökeres down the middle. So Saka will play. Probably will limp the hell off the pitch. He's just coming back, but he'll get 90 minutes. Yeah, he is playing 90 minutes tonight. Bukayo Saka, win, lose, or draw. He played 70 minutes at St. James's Park, so he'll push him the next 20. He'll play 90 tonight. Can almost bet. Slot is not the kind of manager that prioritizes. He wants to win the Prem and UCL. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're at Liverpool. You have to do that. Can we trade money for Jared Bowen? We'd have to trade something for him because I think he signed like a 8-year contract like a year ago or 2 years ago. He's a lot of years on that damn contract. And though for sure I wasn't implying that he didn't care for the league, Liverpool are just so strong in the CL. They they want La Decima. Yeah, but honestly, I don't think Liverpool are faves to win the Champions League this year. To be fair, I think fucking Bayern Munich just looks at attack. Maybe we can hope that Bayern Munich's defense will let them down at some point, but their attack is just blistering, man. That Olise yesterday, they took it so easy. They started Harry Kane in the 10 and Nico Jackson in the 9. Now they were playing some Cyprus team or whatever, but yeah. Matter of fact, so we have that Cyprus team um, at home. I think that's our last Champions League fixture. That Cyprus team, so we have to make that count. Have to. Now, in the thumbnail, people, I see the question. 3 points. I said it's an absolute must that we get 3 points, right? Because right around 16, 17, or 18 marks, 18 points is what we need for top 8 to be safe, right? They only started this format last year, so we don't have a whole lot of data. See how many points you need to stay on top to make it through the round of 16 without having to do the playoff thing, yeah? But the only data that we do have is last year, and we top 8 was Villa on 16 points. Liverpool topped the group or league phase play with 21 points. So between 16 and 21. So let's go 17, 18. So to get to 17, 18 points, we have to win your home games. The problem for Arsenal is that 2 of our home games against Bayern Munich and Atletico, I don't think we'll win both of those. I really do not. A world exists where we could only get 1 point in those 2 games, and I'm not fucking around. Yeah, I could see us drawing to Atletico, losing to Bayern, or I can see us losing drawing to Bayern and losing to Atletico. If we get 4 points from those, then we're clean through. Yeah, because I expect us to win tonight. We already got 3 points on the road. I expect us to win tonight. I expect us to win against that Paphos. No, not Paphos. The team that Real Madrid played yesterday, whoever they played. We got them, right? So I expect us to win that, right? So that'll be 9 points. We absolutely must win tonight because those 2 games against Bayern and Atletico, I don't think we get 6 points from those 2 games. I'm just being honest. I don't. So that makes tonight 3 points an absolute must to be up there and thereabouts. I do believe we can go to Belgium and get a win. And I do believe we can beat Slavia Prague. But those 2 damn fixtures, sandwiched in between that Bayern game and the Atletico game, will be our toughest test. So, yeah. For that reason, I'm absolutely saying that we must win. Yeah. Carrot. Carrot, however they say that. DG2 say next season get Ancelotti or Hansi Flick. They would be elite for us. What about Zizou? Would you take Zizou? I'll take Zidane at the Arsenal in a heartbeat. The assembled, are you falling for the dumped out of the domestic trophies to concentrate on the league and Champions League this year, BBK? Nope. Fuck all that. Seen it done before and ends with nothing. Domestic trophy. No. I actually fall out with some of the. It's weird, right? That the top gooners who actually love Arteta and are okay with the second place finishes are saying that it has to be a major for me. It has to be a major for me. You've heard me say many, many times here. You clean up the domestic cups and I'm happy. If I'm leaving the season with 2 trophies, I'm happy. So no, I'm Carabao. We beat Brighton. We can get Coventry or we can get Cardiff or Wrexham and shit in the quarters. Okay, give me the easiest run. Because no one cares that Man United beat Coventry and should have lost to Coventry with that offsides toe and all that, and when they went on to win the FA Cup in 2024. Give me the easiest pass to it. Don't care. I fancy us against anyone at Wembley. I want the domestic cups badly. I need us to put some daylight between us and Man United in the FA Cup count. They're too close. If they shit house an FA Cup this year, they're tied with us. For the most FA Cups. I can't have that. Absolutely need those cups. And if the squad is going to be praised for being the best squad, then there is no excuse not to win them. You know what I'm saying? The Emirates FA Cup, that is ours. So yeah. And I think they play the FA Cup before this fucking season ends. So we could have those two trophies and still have the Premier League to play for. Or the Champions League. And the Champions League final isn't even until June. Now the FA Cup is played before the damn season ends, which is a weird one because the season is usually done when you're playing the FA Cup historically. So I don't know what the FA is on, but absolute must for me. The assembled, great point. Now we beat Atletico and maybe draw Bayern. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, DG. I'm not gonna lie. Like Bayern are really good. And Atletico are Atletico in this competition. They play for 105 minutes. They never stop. They kept going and going and going and going at Anfield. They were down 2-0. Everyone thought they were done. Game over. And it took a 97th minute header from Van Dijk to do them. And I rate them in this competition. They're a gritty, tough team that just. But I'll take a draw for that, and we beat Bayern. I think that would be massive for the club. Home has to be a fortress. Yeah, so we win tonight. But the other two home games, I'm not gonna lie, has me with some apprehension. Not gonna lie whatsoever. But we got the best defense in Europe. Yeah, we do. But the best defense is overarching. Over a period of time. Over a period of time, that defense will concede. But we've seen that best defense concede a 2-0 lead against Villa, cost us the league. We've seen the best defense drop 21 points from winning positions last year due to tactics. Because the defense can be as good as it wants to. If you sit back and invite pressure on from Harry Kane, Elise, Gnabry, you're asking for trouble. Luis Diaz, Zizou all day, but he only wants Real Madrid or the France job. Offer him $15 million. You offer him £50 million and see where his loyalties lie. Because Real Madrid is not paying him $15 million. The French Federation ain't paying him $50 million. And I haven't heard anything of Deschamps retiring. I've heard rumors online, but I haven't heard any concrete sources say that Deschamps is retiring after. So Zizou is available. You offer him $15.6 million, right? Because if we can pay Mikel Arteta £15 million a year, we can play this man who has 3 Champions League medals, 15 fucking million. Because on what merit is Arteta making that? Seriously, on what merit is Arteta making the second most money in the Prem? So offer it to him and see if he's loyal to Real Madrid, the French job, or he's loyal to himself and his family. Offer it. Ask the question. Big up to Gunner's Therapy, Realist Gunner, Positive Dan. Hope you man are good. Yeah, but I want to see that question asked. You see how we say ask the question of Rodrigo to Real Madrid? Did we bid for Rodrigo? No. So we don't know if he would have came to Arsenal. Ask the question. Make them uncomfortable. It seems like Xavi Alonso is starting everybody but him on that right wing. He started the Argentina 18-year-old kid yesterday on the right wing. And as long if they had lost the game, maybe they could have thrown a stink and be like, hey, you're not playing Rodrigo, blah. But as long as you can bench him and continue to win, then he's not going to play. World Cup year, Carlo has made it clear that you need to be in full fitness when you report. You're not going to be in full fitness, ready to play football, playing 80 minutes a game. I don't care how hard you train. And let's not forget, Carlo is the one who used to bench him at Real Madrid anyway, who's managing the Brazil national squad now. Ask the question. You offer him. We aren't winning a domestic double, bro. Fuck that. No. I am calling that, bro. I'm thinking we're favorites for the EFL Cup. Not because of Arteta, because of the squad. I want that. At the end of the season, we should be ending our 31-year drought, 32-year drought for the EFL Cup. Was it 94? right? We should be having daylight between us and Man United in the FA Cup count, or we should end our 22-year Premier League drought, or have the first Champions League in our history. One of those things has to happen, or two of them, or we will have a new manager moving forward. What can't happen is that none of those things happen and we still have Mikhail going into the 26-27 season. No, can't stand for that. Cannot stand for that. Big up to Gunas Therapy. It's BBK Sports 23, my guy. Um, if is your Insta handle Gunas Therapy? I'll send you a DM on I'll send you a message on Instagram myself. But it's BBK Sports 23. Big up to you. We should have concentrated on that through the years in the Arteta tenure. Yeah. So what when we got dumped out the Europa League by Sporting whenever Ramsdale got lobbed. I think that was the game that Saliba got hurt in. There's this idea that Arteta bins the cups, which I think he has prioritized other competitions for the cup, but I didn't think he binned that one because that's the game that William Saliba got hurt in when he injured his back. And if you're trying to bin a game or you're trying to throw a game, you do not start the best center back in the world or one of the best center backs in the world. You wouldn't start Saliba. So I think he was actually trying to win that competition. We were just poor. We were just absolute poor. There's the link for Arguna Therapy Partners. The problem is other teams are much better now and we want the cup also. Look at Palace last season. Yeah, I hear that, Waffle Down, but we're better. Palace are very good, but we're better. And the thing is, a cup run, you need put six good performances together, you can win a cup. It's very different than over a 38-game season campaign where you have to be the most consistent team for 9 months while managing injuries, managing international breaks, and managing for competition. But if Arsenal Football Club can field Kepa, Skelly, Nkapie, Mosquera, Benjamin White, Norgard, Marino, Ethan, Madueke, Havertz, Trossard. That's a Premier League 11 that we should be fielding in the EFL Cup game if everyone is fit. And I didn't name any of our first team starters if everyone is fully fit just now. Yeah. So with that kind of depth, this amount of time in the job, this amount of consistency, most points over the past 3 seasons, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm here for it. Win. Have to. Because if we don't win after all of this, right? You know what it's like? It's kind of like you making payments on a car for 5 years, 60 months, and if you don't make the final 60th payment, they come take the car from you. So when you were making the 23rd payment, you could have made some extra investment, could have made an extra payment. You would have owned it earlier. So if we had in the 2022-2023 season, if we had, just invested in January and get a left winger or get another center back, we would have had something tangible to show for all the time that we've built up until now. But all the teams that we're supposedly better than have picked up something along the way in their rut. So if I'm saying, hey, we need to clean up the domestic doubles, I don't think that's a high bar. I think that's a reasonable ask. We will throw Brighton in the bin. We all know the truth. Even with that second 11 that I'm saying that we could possibly start. I wouldn't start that against Brighton because they're a Premier League team, And I do believe in the competition. I don't care about rewarding the guys that got you here. No, you're up against Premier League opposition. You feel the Premier League 11. But Brighton will be absolute one. I didn't like that draw because Brighton they are no joke. I've been on fire in the past 2 games. Past 2? City. I don't know if we were on fire against City. Remember, the squad is fully loaded this year. No excuses apart from the purposely neglect of the players' fitness, in my opinion. Bang on, the assembled. I am right there with you. Subscribe, people. Please do so. Please do so. Can we get 30 likes? Hey. I usually average around 20. If we can get 30, cool. Big up to BX Gunner. Is that company at Bayern a better manager than Arteta? And I love this. I love this question, BX Gunner. Absolutely love this question. And here's why. If Arteta is going to get sacked at the end of the season, bro, why are you playing conservative? Just go guns blazing and show the football world that you are versatile and can play another brand of football. Right? Because on what merit did Vincent Company get that job? Big up to Godfrey, legend that you are. No, serious question. On what merit did Vincent Company get the Bayern job? How do you relegate Burnley and get the biggest job in Germany? Because he got that job on the recommendation of Pep and the idea that he plays good football and played different type of football at Brighton. But the fact of the matter is he got them relegated. But they gave him a chance. They fired Thomas Tuchel, who is a better manager, I think, than Company. But they gave Tuchel his 2 years. He failed. Let Leverkusen do an invincible. They sacked him and hired a guy for the biggest job in Germany who just got a Premier League team relegated. Because they saw something in how he coaches and the football that he plays. And it's worked out for him, because look at Bayern now. So, I don't know. If say Vincent walks from Bayern and Arteta walks from Arsenal, they don't get sacked. They walk. They need a separate challenge. And then the biggest job in football becomes available. Who is getting that phone call? Arteta or Company? You know, I'm asking that question because I don't know the answer. That wasn't our main defense, bro. That's what I'm saying, Guna Therapy. I purposely named the second 11. And I said that's a Premier League side that we can feel in the EFL Cup game. Stay with me now. Follow me. If you blink, you will lose me. Yeah? I purposely named that 11. I put Kepa in there, Norgard. The backup 11 is a Premier League 11. I didn't say Raya. I didn't say Calafiori, Timber, Gabriel or Saliba. I didn't say Odegaard, Declan, or Zubimendi. Eze, Gyökeres, or Saka. That's our starting 11. Didn't name any of those players. Big up BBK, the legend in the community every time. Big up Godfrey from way over. Because he can win a league title. And he did. He has it. He has tangible evidence. See, if you're asking Company, hey, what are your qualifications for this job? He comes in and he just dropped the trophy on the table. Bang. Hey, there's the Bundesliga. You know, there's the DFP poke. Yep, there it is. Arteta has to write an essay. I signed this guy. I finished second over the past couple of years. I had the most points. My record against the top 6. I haven't conceded 3 goals since December against Luton Town. You know, I'm the first manager in the history of the Premier League to play Pep Guardiola 5 times and not lose. Has to write an essay. Company just throws the damn trophy on the table. There it is. There's my qualification. The Bundesliga title. You ain't got that. 21 years without a Prem is not good enough. Man needs to deliver the goods this season. Yeah. One of those things needs to happen or he has to walk. If he has anything about him. If he has any dignity, any of it, he has to walk. Walk, bruv. Let's go. Drop that month. Drop it. Get him. Be like, bro, ask the question. Make him uncomfortable. Like, do you want to play for your country in the World Cup? You come here and bang, Carlo has to pick you. You give Don Carlo a selection headache. You will have Eze giving you the ball. You will have spaces. Imagine Eze skipping past all these Premier League defenders like he always do, like he does with his eyes closed, in his sleep. Ball out to Rodrigo. Ball over to Saka. Cook teams. Absolute cook teams. Carlo must be loving having Gabriel as a center back. Yeah, enables him to go play football, isn't it? My top 4 managers, Hansi, Luis, Zizou, Zaghi. Yeah. And there's no 5th chair at that table for Arteta. He doesn't sit with them boys. I'll take the EFL and the Premier League title. And that's cool. That's calm. I will take the EFL and the FA Cup. Good enough for me. I'm leaving the party with both hands full. Right? And the reason, because they're smaller trophies, they can fit in one hand. Right? But the damn UCL is so heavy, you need both hands. It's got handles. And the Premier League is, so you got both hands occupied. But if I'm leaving with the, hey, man, I'm leaving with something. It's good enough for me. I'm not changing my mind now. You know, big up to DJB, absolute legend of a man. Hope you are good. Hope you are good, sir. Big up to DJB. Make sure that we are subscribed to this man. You know, the Gooner Encyclopedia. He was on there fighting the fight yesterday on the 12th Man podcast roundabout. You know, DJB always making us proud. Big up to you, man. Absolute legends. DJB. What a guy. Untimely in the moment, he threw Brighton in the bin second. Brighton will be a tough game, man. It will be just they play such good football. They're so efficient, right? Because I don't think no other team could do what Brighton have done over the past 4 or 5 years. Seriously. And what Brighton have done over the past 4 or 5 years is they've lost their manager, right? They lost Graham Potter to Chelsea with their entire backroom staff. They lost Big Dan Burn to Newcastle. They lost Benjamin White to us. They lost Estupinian. They've lost Basuma. They've lost Caicedo. They've lost McAllister. They've lost Trossard. They've lost João Pedro. And they still play the same way. They still play beautiful football. They cut through everybody. There is not a team that would field and they be like, yeah, I don't think we're good enough to be. And they have players out on loan. They got so much talent there. I think they loaned Buenanote to Chelsea. You know, I think they sent NCC on loan to Leicester last year. Loaded. They play a brand of football that is just beautiful to watch. I've heard some people mention Ethan on the right tonight. Great idea, to be fair. On the right, I'm here for it. He played there last year. Remember the game that turned Mikel Moreno into a striker? The Leicester game, the 2-0. Yeah, that game. Ethan started on the right. Man of the match performance. Not making this up. Man of the match performance on the right wing. He can play there. Question: does anyone know when Arsenal had a fully fit squad to choose from? Amazing thought. It had to be the 2024 season, didn't it? Had to be the 2023-2024 season. But at some point, the assembly, at some point this year, that will be a reality. Right? And the good thing about that is that will come at the business end of the season when we will have depth. And hopefully we will still have, we're in the FA Cup and we can give those guys good minutes in that composition. But from January on, but that would also mean that we don't pick up any new injuries from here on forward. And the guys that come back don't have a setback or a reoccurring injury. But no idea. It's been too long. But this year, at some point, that will be true. Because everyone is projected back the latest by December 2025. Everyone. So no one has been listed as out for the season or unknown return date like Tomiyasu was. No Nani, Red Saka. Daman can be a stub. Throw Ethan on the right. I'm here for it. Here for it, man. No such thing as a fully fit squad. No, there was a time and everybody was fit and available for selection. And I'm here for it. It's definitely an option. Yeah, man. Go for it. Waffle, there'll always be knocks, but Arsenal can get someone for some reason. Another is injured. So that's the thing. You can play hurt. Guys will be hurt or knocks, like you say in the UK. Because over here in the NFL and basketball, baseball, you play hurt. You don't play injured. Throughout the course of a season, you will be hurt. If you're not hurt, you're not flying into tackles, you're not training hard enough, you will be hurt at some point. But hurt, you can play. Injured, no. Company definitely getting the City gig. Yep. I think, yeah, he coached Bayern for 2 years and give him 2 league titles. I think City fans will be open to it, you know. But he goes there and shits the bed. They'll turn on him because they're spoiled now. Those city fans are kids that have been living in a castle. They're not downgrading. You know, I think Enrique goes to City at some point. I can see that. I can see him taking on the challenge of winning a treble in three different countries, three different leagues. I can see it. How long ago has it then managed? The end of Madrid last three-peat, wasn't it? Yeah, when he came back and did that final Champions League run. Not sure what year that was. Was that 2021? Was 2020? It's been a while. Brighton have always brought in decent managers. Butler, De Zerbi, this guy, young guy. Shout out to Brighton. They just lose players and just that's the system, right? They have a way of doing things. Saka hit his ceilings. Can he get better? He can get better. Saka can score 20 goals a season. That's his ceiling. He hasn't hit his ceiling for me. I believe Saka can give you not Mo Salah numbers, but 20 goals a season, 18 to 20 goals a season consistently. If we don't have him at the halfway line defending, we don't need him to defend. Does Timber look like he need any fucking help? Yeah. Everyone, you notice everyone waffle down. You've heard you and I many years, many months now. Timber not taking any right back over Timber. Now you see everyone piling on. Timber's the best right back. Timber's the best this. They're coming around. Oh, he's a bulldog. You don't need no fucking help. So Saka, you stay up there. So when as they get the ball, he got you wide open. Saka can get better, just not under Arteta, and that's where I'm at with it. I hope so. But I would feel his speed has taken a hit. Decision making will also improve with age. One would assume, yeah. I think Saka can absolutely get to another level. Is it the medical staff that are poor, or is it a manager overruling the medical staff? Now that would be negligence. That authoritarian fist crossed into negligent territory if he is doing that. Or is he secretly meeting with the players? I'll be like, hey, man, I know Doc say you're fucked up, but if you can give me 20 minutes today, you can give me 20 minutes today. Because it's happened. I've played her before. And the coach asked me, I came dressed in, I didn't have on the kit, and the coach asked me, it's a big game, it's a quarterfinal game, and the coach asked me, if we needed 50 minutes today, could you give us 50 minutes? If your teammates needed you for 15 minutes, could you give me 50? And I said, yeah, coach. And coach looked me dead in the eyes and said, why the fuck aren't you dressed? I almost re-injured myself getting out of my clothes to get into the kit. You know what I'm saying? The players play hurt all the time. Big up to Dre FC. Big up to you, bro. I'm enjoying your 3 points dropped. But big up to the Liverpool faithful. We got to talk, We got to talk. Message me, bro. We gotta set something up because you have some questions to answer. People are calling for you. There are 33 likes. Hey, I'm here for it. Timber is a man amongst boys. He is a bulldog, bro. I'll say it. He's the best fullback we've had at the club since Ashley Cole. Not saying he's Ashley Cole levels, but going forward and defending, I have no worries there. If we get a left back to the quality of his on the other side, oh damn. With them two center backs locked up and get me a manager who wants to attack, hey, then I'll probably be unbearable online when we start winning. Waffle done. Saka is on the decline. Injuries have affected him. Not sure he was great to begin with. He was decent at best at his peak, 14 goals a season. See, Darren don't hold back when he comes to Saka, People, we're not an echo chamber. We agree, we disagree, we talk about football. But I do think Saka can go up a gear. I just don't think it will happen when he has to come back and defend. And now, if there's ever a time a new manager comes in and look at Timber and be like, hey man, Timber's good. Go on. Go do your thing. Timber's good. Saliba can slide over. You got Declan, one of the best cleanup men right in front of him. Go cook. Go give me 20 goals. I think he can give you 18 goals, and he's no longer unpens, but I'm here for it. But Martinelli get back to his best. Yeah, he's getting it back. No, Carlo loves him. He's playing minutes. He's match fit. Carlo's gonna play him. So Rodrigo, if you let Martinelli get a World Cup spot over you because you want to sit on the bed, you want to sit on the damn bench at Real Madrid. Oh my days! You need your Brazilian passport damn revoked. Slapping at your face. Yeah, you cannot. You're Rodrigo. Martinelli getting a World Cup call up because you're not. You want to sit behind fucking Vinicius and Mbappe and the Argentina kid. I forgot his name. Start with an M or something. But he's supposedly good. Someone tried to tell me Poro is better than Timber, brother. You see what that Bodo Glimp player did to Poro yesterday? Go look at Bodo Glimp's second goal. That was Poro that was defending. That was Pedro Poro getting put in a spliff, and no one can name a Bodo Glimp player. Martinelli got a spot all day on the Carlo. He does. Carlo will call him up, and Carlo will call him up to work because he know Vinicius doesn't. When Carlo needs some work rate, he can't get Vinicius to run. He won't. You know, maybe Rafinha will do a little bit of running, but he's not going to run and defend like Martinelli. So he'll come on as a defensive winger to see out games. There needs to be an investigation in some of the practicing this blood while using. Yeah, right. There's too many injuries, man. But when I look at the Arsenal injury report, I don't see anyone projected to be out longer than 2025. There are no season-ending injuries. So for that reason, no more reoccurring injuries. When those guys get back, no other major injuries, knocks here and there to the guys who are currently fit. And the second end of the season, there will be a time when we have a fully fit squad. And I'm here for it. The slap soundbite is the lead. Yeah, Rodrigo needs to be slapped. You cannot sitting behind these men and just hoping you get a call up. Nah, bro. You know, you bet on yourself. Because it's not like you don't believe in your own quality. You have the quality to be at Real Madrid. The coach just doesn't fancy you to start there, bro. You can't make a World Cup squad playing 18 minutes a game. I'm really surprised Rodrigo didn't push for a move from Madrid. A question is mental. Maybe a bit of Sesko going on. Man, rather roll at Madrid than start at Arsenal. The Bertha tried to. We didn't bid. I do believe we need to make that situation uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Because if we get him, we can honestly go into conversation saying Arsenal Football Club at this point have two of the best wingers in the world. With him on one side and Saka on the other side. I know Darren doesn't agree that Saka is one of the best world wingers in the world, but that's calm. That's calm. That's actually calm. But I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. I'm here for it. He's here for it. You know who else is here for it?
Maybach music.
Rosé born stunner. I can blow money. Sipping when I'm shopping. That ain't no money. I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Whipping work. I'm so sophisticated. To get a verse from me, you gotta be initiated. I'm burning purple flowers. It's burning my chest. I bury the most cash and burning the rest.
Maybach music.
Yo, 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 E-Ross. Yeah, that's the better late than never. But never late is better. But here he is. He shows up. We show him love. That's our boy. That's our dog. The underground king. E-Ross. Big up to you every single time, my brother. Big up, man. Arteta has to slash the defensive workload for Saka. That part. Else his career will end abruptly. Not wishing that on Saka. But we've seen this way too many times, and he's high risk. And he's going to play 90 minutes today, G Wills. He is going to play 90 minutes today, especially if the game is a 1-0 close. Yeah, hit the damn likes and subscribe. You know the deal. You know the deal, people. Was Rodrigo told he can leave or fight for his place? I think it's fight for his place. And he's fighting, but he's losing that battle right now, bro. Hell yeah, I want him. Pause. I want him at the club, bro. I'm just imagining the patterns of play with Eze cooking man in the middle and Saka Rodrigo is the outlet. Even with Odegaard in the middle of the park with him with those diagonal switches. You see that reverse this guy's pass that Odegaard gave to Skelly against Newcastle. Imagine Rodrigo on the end of those. Gyökeres would get 20 tap-ins. He would. There are so many defenders that would get pulled out of place. The low blocks, oh my God. We would cook teams. We would absolutely cook teams. And I'm here for it. I want us to start cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? I want us to start blitzing teams where, hey, man, look across the tunnel. Man, they're scared to look across the tunnel because they know. Big up, man. Love, Brett. Big up, Darren. Yeah, bro. Man needs to start looking across the tunnel and be like, it's a long one today. Long one. New subs are like, what the hell is happening here? They'll come around, man. We have to. Waffle, Elise, and the left wing, and everything is locked. Hey, Elise, man. How did we let that guy leave the Prem? You know, should not, man. Rodrigo might turn out to be a Vince. No, you know why I say no? Because I've seen Rodrigo perform at the Champions League level. I've seen this boy put in man of the match performances with Modric on the pitch, Valverde on the pitch, Vinicius on the pitch, Benzema on the pitch. Luka Modric has a Ballon d'Or, but I've seen Rodrigo do that. And he works. All the work that Mikel requires his wingers to do, that boy works. We give up, man. Hell yeah, we'll still want Rodrigo. Rodrigo at the club. Bring him to the carpet. I'm here for it. We still got 21 locked in, people. If you could hit the like if you haven't already. I am going to end it there. I got physical therapy again. ACL recovery is going fantastically well. June, we're 4 months in, almost 4 months. People, it's October, you know. It is October. Why the hell I was thinking we're still in September. It is October, people. It's the first of the month. It's the first of the month, people. You paid. Everyone is happy. We kick off October with a win, yeah? We kick off October with a win because Arsenal Football Club does not leave London for the entire month of October. The next time Arsenal leave London is away to Turf Moor on 1 November. Love for the love. Wake up, Lynch. It's the first of the month. Yes, people, Bone Thugs and harmony. And we will leave it there with complete harmony and love, people. Love for the love. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone. Yes, Hendo. Tonight, Barcelona PSG, madness. Hopefully we enjoy that with a smile on our face. Love, people. Blessed.